the podcast. To meet the person behind the character. Presented by Teddy and Ryan. Tonight's guest,
Tonto!
on Chatting OOC.
Hello and welcome to Chatting OOC. Usually my name would be Teddy and his name would usually be Winston.
Since we'll chat at OOC, my name's Ryan and his name's Ross.
And for today we have Tonto. Tonto, what do you want to be called today?
You can call me James, mate.
James. I never saw you as a James.
Aye, mate, James. I actually share my name with a famous person. But it's no James Bond, mate. Somebody else. See if you can guess who it is.
I'm just trying to think of Rangers players that were fucking...
Your second name's Tavernier?
It's a singer, mate. It's a singer.
Singer?
James
Yeah.
Martin.
No, different shade, mate. Different shade.
James
Old
Brown?
singer. That's it, mate. That's it.
Nice.
Hey, I'm telling you, it's a curse, man. It's an absolute curse. Everywhere I go, man, people think I'm lying. Oh, what's your name? James Brown. Aye.
Aye, right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's aye, mate. Aye, James
I
Brown.
pulled
sweet,
off
mate.
it. Aye.
I was at a Sheriff Court once, and you go in and you've got to put all your stuff in like a wee tray, and it goes through an X-ray. I had
Yeah.
my license in there, and I went through, and I've just pulled my wallet and all that out, put it in my pocket. But I've left my license in the wee tray, and the security guard's like, a James Brown. I'm like, what the hell? And I was like, that's me. He's looking at my thing, obviously my picture's on it, and I mean, so he's taking a piss. He's like, proved you're James Brown. Give me a wee dance. These wee signature number. I'm like, fuck off, mate. Let's
sick,
see my
man.
license, man. I swear.
Clever.
Absolutely.
So how old are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm
If you don't mind
37.
asking. Oh,
Right, guys.
there you go, Teddy.
Yeah, so I was wondering, like, I didn't know how old you were, to be fair.
I'm probably the oldest person in Scora, maybe. 37, mate.
I think there might be somebody older than you. I think.
Aye, oh, thank God, mate. You can
I
take
think.
that.
Well, you and I must be the oldest. I definitely.
To be honest, the guy that me and you were talking about, Teddy, a couple of weeks ago, I don't think he's in anymore. I've not seen him.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, so I did take that crown, mate. No.
Fuck it, it's not that, mate. It's still young.
That's it, mate. You're not as young as a woman you feel. Is that right?
That's it, mate, that's it. I don't look 37, mate. If I do say so myself, you know what I mean? People don't
No, you
believe me
don't.
when I tell them
Nah.
I'm 37.
It's like people
Oh,
don't
yeah.
believe that I'm 21. So what are you favorite talking about, mate?
I'm for the south side of Glasgow, mate. I stay kind of like the Pollock area. Literally, like,
City, so I've got a house
2
next door, aye.
2 minutes for Justin and that, mate. You know what I mean, like, they live
I know,
like 2
by the
minutes
way.
away.
They're like,
Fucking-
that's three of them. They all live in the bottom end of the south side of Glasgow, aye.
All the top shaggers stayed in this way, mate. That's what
I was out the other day, driving a few cars. Fucking Paul.
stealing a few cars, mate. That's what happens in Pollock, mate. Cars get stolen, mate.
Fuck's sake. Funny enough, we went to a house last week. We couldn't get the keys back off somebody, and I don't know what's happened to it. What's happened to the car?
It's actually hard, man.
We buy any car, mate. That's what's
I
happened to that.
I know.
So we have to do repos sometimes. I had one through in Paisley. I had to go, but they didn't tell me. But that's what I was doing. I went through myself to get this car. And I rock up, and I had the spare key. And the fucking side of the car was all bashed to fuck. The wing mirror was all fucking off and all that. I was like, I can't drive that, no way. But mental, man. People don't care because it's no remorse.
Aye.
Aye.
But talk about jobs, man. What type of job do you do?
I did freelancing work at the time, but like my health's not too good now, man. So I'm kind of out of work, you know. Know what I mean, but I did some freelancing work. Like I did go to university, and I got a Bachelor of Science degree in multimedia web development. So I done a lot of that. You know what I mean?
Oof.
When I
That's
left,
quite
I did try to get a job, but everywhere was shouting 3 years experience, and it's hard to get experience when they'll take you on. Know what I mean?
That's it.
Mental, mate, how that works, isn't it? It's fucking
It's a
nuts.
nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare.
That's it, man. It's mental how people go, oh, 3 years experience, but nobody wants to give you the shot to get the experience. So
That's
No.
see, that's the biggest piece of advice. See, whenever anybody asks me like, "Is uni good?" and that, I just say, like, see if you can get a junior position. Yeah,
aye,
because you're
No.
going to leave uni and you're going to do a junior position anyway. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You just
If you
spent,
know
like, 4
somebody will
years of
give
your
you,
life.
if you know
Exactly.
somebody will give you,
Yeah.
like You need somebody to put your foot in the door, because if you don't get to put your foot in the door, then it's really fucking difficult unless you're really,
Exactly.
really good.
Exactly, man.
You know,
That's it.
like. So we're here for gaming. So the first thing we'd ask Tonto is, so what's the first console you got when you were younger?
The first console I personally got was the Sega Mega Drive, but the first console I technically played was the Atari ST.
Oh, the Atari. Oh, aye.
Sensible Soccer and that, I mean, Paperboy, Outworld, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's good, man.
I feel like
played that one.
everybody's had a Sega, isn't they?
It's like the staple of his day, man.
Well, that's what, as I said
Sega.
before, like, I was the only person I knew that had it, but it seems to be that everybody that likes GTA had a Sega Mega Drive.
Well, I remember I was at school and my auntie used to stay across the road from the school, and my Uncle Chris was in there, and my Uncle Chris, he was kind of like a cool uncle at the time, know what I mean? He had their rifles, not like you shoot their rifles and all that out the back window. My
Right.
granny would be going after them, know what I mean? Like, chucking them out the house and all that. And just a wee guy shooting on their rifle, know what I mean? And, but he was like massive into gaming and stuff, and I remember he had one, and I went to my auntie's house, and he was playing that as a kid, and I was like, what's this? I was like, give me a shot, and I was hooked, man. I was like, get me one of them right now. My mum and dad, know what I mean? I got one,
Fuck's
but he went on to work in gaming shops now, and like he's a big
So
gamer, know what I mean?
he was your influence then. So did you just kind of follow him with consoles and stuff like that, or did you kind of?
No,
We're getting
because
tough.
he kind of went like the Xbox route, and
Right.
I was kind of PlayStation loyal for a long time. I had all the PlayStations, know what I mean? I've not got a PlayStation 5 right enough, but I kind of went that route, and then I didn't get the Xbox One until pretty much about 2 or 3 years ago. Know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Until I pretty much got back into PC gaming and stuff, and
Right.
obviously got the Xbox Game Pass. And that, know what I mean? So I thought, may as well get an Xbox because I've got the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Know what I mean? So you can get all the games and that. On that, but I was pretty much PlayStation loyal. Know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
The whole time.
So what was your favourite game playing growing up?
Favorite game growing up. You know what? I'm going to say something like Crash Bandicoot or something, mate. I could get
Oh,
lost for
yes.
hours in it.
I mean, it's fantastic, man.
Like GTA, obviously, because like that game you can just get lost for hours and you can do whatever you want. Know what I mean, you don't even need to do story missions. You can just get about and just murder people and steal motors. Know what I mean?
That's
But
it.
games,
I mentioned that last. I think it was last stream actually. I mentioned that you just go about. You wouldn't do any missions or fuck all. You just go about blowing shit up and all.
exactly. I know.
3 years of it past.
Even the original, like the original GTA, man. I love playing that.
I was
I mean, when
brilliant.
that first came out, I was hooked as soon as it came out.
When that
I
first
mean-
came out, man, just like, what is this and why are we able to do this? Like,
I know, it was brilliant. I was hooked on it, man. I mean,
that was
brilliant.
dynamite, man. So you went Sega Mega Drive, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, 3, 4,
Well, and
Xbox One.
Yeah.
When did you start PC gaming?
PC gaming, actually, to start with, it was about 1996. And
Right.
my dad helped me build my first PC. And I used to play then, but I was playing games like Command and Conquer and all that, CRA type of games.
Yeah.
But then obviously like, I left and I kind of started like uni and stuff. Know what I mean? I kind of
Right.
feel after I was doing other things with my pals at the time. Know what I mean? Kind of just
As you do,
but, aye. And then I started uni and that. So when I started uni, I got Macs. Know what I mean? I got the MacBook and I got the iMac because I was doing a lot of design work in that at the time. So I never really had a PC. Obviously YouTube and that. Like I was watching a lot of YouTube gamers like now creating like let's plays and stuff. And
Yeah.
I wasn't really into the streaming thing at the time because I didn't really watch a lot of streamers in it, like Twitch and stuff. It was more just YouTube.
Yep.
And I was saying to myself, I want to get back into PC gaming because you can't do that on Max. Know what I mean? You can't play
Oh, no.
these like games on Max. Know what I mean? So I was like, I need a PC. Know what I mean? So my missus got me one for my birthday probably about 3 years ago or something. That's when I got back into it. Know what I mean? I got back into doing the sort of the YouTube videos and stuff, and then I moved on to the streaming stuff when I just couldn't be bothered. Like I didn't have the time to record videos and edit them and make thumbnails. So like I just wanted a faster way of getting content out. And
Yeah.
streaming seemed it because you just load up OBS, load up a game, boom, press go, know what I mean? And you're away kind of thing.
Unless you're Ryan, then it's not like that at all.
I swear to God, it takes me about 45 minutes to get everything set. And I'm like, Teddy, is this right? Teddy, is that right?
But yes,
Teddy's like that. Right,
yes.
I'm in work, mate.
yes.
Oh, brilliant. Right, man. So when did you find out about GTARP?
Well, what happened was I was playing a lot of games with Justin at the time. We kind of joined like a sort of community of gamers kind of, and I was playing a lot of like Fortnite, PUBG, kind of that kind of game with him. And we were playing with a guy called PC Gunman, like Paul, and like at the time, we'd moved on to like a game called Escape from Tarkov, and Chrissy, I don't like. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he knows Paul in real life. But if he doesn't know him in real life, like he must have followed him for a long time. Know what I mean? 'Cause,
Right.
he was in Paul's chat all the time, and he was right into Escape from Tarkov as well at the time because he was a part of like a clan or something, Scottish
still
Warriors
is.
or something. Is he? Aye.
I think so. Aye.
But he's obviously must have seen I was in Paul's chat a lot and playing Escape from Tarkov with him a lot, and he started coming into my chat. Know what I mean? Kind of helping us play Escape from Tarkov, give us like wee tips and that, and he'd said about
Actually, gaming, aye. Bastard.
yeah, basically, but he told us about this, like the clan and that he was party, and he invited me to Discord and that. That's kind of how I got chatting to Chrissy, but he was saying about the 5M, and at the time Justin had joined it, and I'd watched him play it a couple of times, and I was like, I don't know if it's for me, you know what I mean? Like I didn't kind of join it right away, but like, I'd played GTA Online. I see the races you get and all that, the custom races and like, the death runs and all that. I'd played them with my pals, and it was a good laugh. But Justin's like, oh, this is different, mate. It's like you can make your own wee character and you can get about and make your own wee story and that, you know what I mean? And like you can rob shops and all that, you can be a criminal, you can be a cop and that. I'm like, oh mate, I don't know. So I'll join it and see what it's like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I just joined it, but I had no backstory or not. I literally just joined and called my guy Tonto, who's a pure default Danny, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't
Okay.
even know if I'm gonna stick it out, you know what I mean? I don't know what it's gonna be like. I might play it a couple of times and I'm like, nah, it's not for me, you know what I mean? But just when I joined, I think it was like Scotland RP at the time, the original one. And just as I joined, no long after that, a couple of YouTubers with me, like Batchy and stuff, and Grant the Grafter, Maniset, like Adoc kind of joined cruising it. We all kind of banded together on that, Frankie and all that as well, and Matrix. We all kind of banded together and it was a proper good laugh, know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Kearney and that was there as well, man.
Yeah.
We got to some proper funny stuff and I was like, this is brilliant, nah, this is proper class stuff you got up to. So I was me, mate. I was hooked since then. Know what I mean, I just stayed in since then.
So you were just Tonto? Did you change your name at all? Or
I did not change my
Anything like
name, mate, until 2.0 Scorer. I still
Alright,
went
so
about it as just Tonto. I mean,
just
and
Tonto.
then obviously the rules came out where obviously you should make a backstory, a character name stuff. So I thought to myself, right, I'll put a bit of thought into it. I mean, I couldn't think of a name. So obviously I was still playing at the time as Tonto. So I was in the chat and I was like, I was like to the chat, like, think of a name, what's a good name? I want a proper funny name, know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously Harry Balzac, I mean, that
That's
came
a
up.
good
So
one.
I was like, right, I'm taking that one, definitely. And when I came into the server, I was like, what can I do with him, know what I mean? Because I wanted something that was icebreakers for conversations, know what I mean? I was like, you know what? I'm going to make him look like an Iron Brook, know what I mean? I'm going to give him ginger hair and a blue beard. That way, somebody's always going to come up to you, like, let's stay to you or something, know what I mean? Like, you got ginger hair and a blue beard for, and it's going to obviously break the ice, know what I
Starts the
mean? So, I mean,
conversation, aye.
exactly,
Mate,
you need him as
aye.
well, know what I mean?
Mate, I've
So-
always wondered, right? See what, like, when you're in a city or whatever, I've always wondered, why does he have pure bright ginger hair and a blue beard? I've never
Is that
seen
you just
anything.
figured that out, aye?
Mate, I didn't know that.
Jesus, man.
I didn't know that.
Aye,
Not
mate,
about
I
Iron
thought-
Brew, by the way. Did you notice that they brought out 330ml cans of the
I seen that,
1901?
mate. I seen that, man. I'm looking for him everywhere. I couldn't find him in
Aye,
the shop.
pound a
man.
can.
Is it?
Pound a
Aye.
can, man. Aye.
I was the same with the Iron Brew energy drinks, mate. Like, nobody could get them when they first came out. I remember
Shame, man.
Justin said to me, he's like, aye, I can't get them, man. He texts me. I can't get them in the shop. And the guy's not got them in the shop. No, I have them until next week. I was in Spawn, man. The woman had just been putting them out. And I just grabbed Hunners, mate. I drove up to his house. And he was screaming at the time. I was like, jump outside. He gave him a big bag of cans.
That's a wrong bag of cans to come at my house, by the way.
So exciting. Brilliant.
His spear came out, still back on stream. He was like, oh, mate, look what Donald just brought me, man.
That's brilliant, man.
See that fucking Iron Brew, the energy one? I think it's minging, man.
I was
Iron
a fan of it.
but,
Nah, see when it first came out, I drank it no bad, mate, but I did go off it, man. Too sweet. It's
Aye.
weird. It had a weird mad taste to it, man.
I did. It just had like a mad kind of chemical-y taste.
Aye,
You
it
know,
did,
it
mate,
was.
aye.
I was a massive fan of it.
Just going on to come back to obviously starting off. Was it Scotland or was it school? You started then?
I believe it was Scorpy because a lot of like I think Frankie and Justin had owned Benny's at the time, and had the Scorpy van. It was like all like decoed out and that with the logo. Know what I mean?
Right.
So I
Aye.
think it was Scorpy at the time. I'm pretty sure it was Scorpy.
So
but
you like the Taxi Gang stuff like that? With Justin?
to start with, mate, I just literally went about and I robbed hussies, mate. That's how I made my money to start with. And back then, it was they had like I don't know who put it in. That it might have been Chris or whatever, but they had like stuff related to people in the game. So you had Batchy Specs. There was a guy Palfy. He had a butt plug. So it was Palfy's butt plug. There was a big black mamba dildo in there. So every time you went to rob pussies, you're just getting like dildos and butt plugs. and I made a video called the Black Mamba Burglar. Because all I
Right.
was getting was big dildos, man. I was just giving them to everybody. Like, every time I was just passing them to people in the street. Like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? And it was the worst thing I could have done, mate. Because honestly, see, since I made that video, everybody just kept coming up to me like, any Black Mambas? Any Black Mambas?
Ah,
Ah,
you
you
turned
the Black Mamba guy? Oh man.
I turned into a Black Mamba dealer here. What's happening?
That's brilliant. So you went on face Score RP. Did you go over to Cora with Justin and that?
I went out to Cora for like a week. Know what I mean?
Right.
But like I always knew like the server was coming back. So pretty much when that took a break, I pretty much took a break for RP, you know what I mean? Kind of
Right.
messed about in Cora for a wee bit. But Justin was telling me a lot about it, you know what I mean? A lot of people in it, and he had said that he was going to try and speak to Chrissy and try and get like a merger going and stuff. They like combine the two servers, and I was like, that sounds pretty good, you know what I mean? It sounds pretty a good idea, you know what I mean? But I played on as I say, I played on it for like a week, and I think I talked to Resinity in there, but I never spoke to Ryan or anything. I mean, I didn't really get to speak to a lot of people in there because I was just kind of messing about with Justin. You know what I mean? It's one of the ones you go in, you're like new server, new city. You know what I mean? Like try to make conversation with people that you're not.
Aye, you feel
don't
dead
know,
awkward
so,
about it, man.
aye, that's it,
So,
exactly.
yeah, I'm Tonto.
Aye, basically, 'cause as I say at the time, I didn't even have a backstory or a character or nothing. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
pretty much just myself when I was in there. You know what I mean?
How did I'm guessing you know Justin in your personal life?
Aye, I've met Justin a few times in like real life. You know what I mean? I didn't
Right.
actually know him until obviously I kind of started the whole content creation thing and were part of the same sort of like circle of people and stuff, and then kind of met up with him like through like gaming events and stuff. You know what I mean? The first time I met him was at a gaming event. It was what's it called again? Can't remember the name of it, man. I've just totally went in my head. It was at the SECC, and
I got told a story about that.
oh, I hope
You nearly
Seems
got
like-
chucked out cause it.
I nearly get chucked out.
I've putting stuff up on Twitch, putting stuff up in the chat or something like that.
I can't even remember, mate. I can't even remember,
Nah,
man.
nah. It was like during the game, you're putting shit up on the chats, and it's coming up on the big screen. Your winding comes up.
Oh, that's right, man. They done like a single stage with Batchy and Cruz and that. Nick and that they Razor Gaming. Like it's
Right.
kind of like a Scottish v English type thing. You know what I mean? So
Aye.
there was Nick for the Razor Gaming, and he would like be playing with like say Tom Syndicate or something. You know what I mean? Like a big YouTuber or something. They'd went to the event, and they would V against like Batchy and Cruz and stuff, and I was just putting shit. I was typing in the chat, and it was going up on the screen. I was like,
While they were on the stage?
"Why are you on the stage?" Yeah,
Ripping the piss at them on the stage.
At first, I didn't even realise, man. I was like, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "Better stop this." You know what I mean?
Toto says you're a funny man.
Right. See, getting back to like, yeah, when you went back to like fucking when Scorer was first originated, what was it like at the start?
It was honestly brilliant, mate. It was lawless, mate. There was no rules, nothing. You done what you want. You had an absolute ball of time. You know what I mean, It's a good laugh. Like we've done this thing, we've done this protest. We are all umbrellas. I called it the Umbrella Gang. And but it was just me, Justin, and that, and Kieran was just about. Like, we're pure bored, man. We're just going to let's just start messing with people. You know what I mean? And
Aye.
we took all our clays off and we got umbrellas out. We went to the top of a building and we stood in the top of a building. And the police came out with a helicopter and all that, and they cordoned all the street off. Below the bank, see where it's at Legion Square,
Yeah.
right, right there. And the NHS and that were coming up like, what's happening here and all that. Like, come on down, like chatting away to us. And Kieran's just took your reins, man. He's like, I want the old firm fixture, change the new. I want 10 Mayfair back and all that. Okay, thanks, I'm out of Chris. And then we just started jump off the building. That was brilliant. It was mad. It was absolutely lawless, mate. Like for a good while, there was no like rules really. You know what I mean? The rules
Yeah.
started kind of coming in when the server started getting busy. So I think Chrissy and that obviously said to herself, we're going to need to start getting a bit of order about here. You know what I mean? And the people that were there originally, I mean, like kind of shouldered on them to kind of be an example. You know what I mean? Like not to mess about, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that clip alone probably brought in half the score we have today because everybody spoke about it. Every person went, I saw this thing on TikTok, it was guys on umbrellas, and then I went, oh fuck it, I'm gonna give it a shot.
I just didn't upload it because at the start, I put it on my video, I put it on YouTube, and he's like, I'm going to put it on TikTok. So if I put it on TikTok, I was like, go for it. And that's what he says, he's like, holy shit, mate, this thing's blown up, man. It's getting pure viral. Everybody's asking what the server is now, and you're getting pure hundreds of views on it, man. I can't even remember, it was like in the hundreds of thousands or something.
It's about 100,
Last time.
107,000 or something like that got on it.
That's it, man. And
man.
everybody was just like, what server's this? Where can I play it? You know what I mean? Where can I join? And it blew up, man. Just a night of fun, you know what I mean? Just no plan or nothing, just pretty much naturally went where it went, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
100%.
shows you, like something like that can just fucking blow up.
Aye.
Before you know it, you're sitting on that amount of views.
It was brilliant, man. I got into trouble once, actually. Like, there's only ever one time that I've pretty much had my bum scalped on the server, man. And it was off Goldfoot. It plays McTadger. And at the time, he'd no long joined the server, but he was a police officer and a lawyer at the time, but he was playing the police officer at the time. And me, Justin, and Batchy and that, and Matrix and that, we'd done a human labs.
Right.
And I was in a car with Matrix, and Matrix crashed the car, and he was chasing us, the McTadger. And I flew out the car, and he's trying to tase me, so he's tased me, and I've got back up, started running away, tased me again, started running away again, right? So taking the piss at him. And he tased me. So I went down, and Matthew, who used to be on the server, he used to play NHS, he got his back up, so I punched Matthew, because Goldfoot actually managed to get the cuffs on us, but for some reason when I got up, the cuffs was off me. So I punched Matthew, the NHS, I started running away again. So honestly, this went on for about, a good 20-25 minutes. And Goldfoot got us, man. He was fucking raging, man. I'm not going to lie. He was like, what are you doing? What the fuck? That's taking a piss. He was going off his nut. He's like, I'm going to get fucking Chrissy done, and you're getting banned for the server or not. I'm like, whoa. I'm like,
calm down, man.
I'm done. Only punched a fucking bolter.
he's like, that's 30 minutes I've chasing you. That's a joke, not. He put us in the cells, and I was honestly in there for about 40 minutes. I'm like, what is happening here? Because there was a restart now. I was like, people's forgot about me. You know what I mean?
Aye.
And Kearney came down, because I used staff at the time. He teleported down. He's like, what are you doing in here? You've been in here this whole time. I was like, aye, mate, I'm fucking sitting in here like no knowing what's happening. You know what I mean? But
I remember I can't remember what it was, but I came to you. You were streaming one night, and somebody put you in the cell for fucking ages and all. And I came to you and fucking flew you away.
Aye, that's right. Who was it that put me? I can't remember who put me in the cell. I was in there again for about 45 minutes.
I noticed it was actually Ricky said to me. Ricky was like, Tonto's fucking streaming. He's been in the cell for a while. So I put you on, man. It was about 10 minutes it went past. I was like, nah, this is fucking bullshit. Because Nick come as well. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to go and take him away.
Happens to me all the time, mate. I'm a forgettable character, you know what I mean? Stick him in there, just leave him in there. Fucking...
Right ginger hair, blue beard, and you forget about him.
Go in there and engage peace, don't know, fuck's sake, man.
Class. Did you try any other servers?
I tried one there server. There was a guy, Jamie M. I was getting in his chat for a wee bit. I got talking to him and stuff. And he started a server. It was called Cozy Wee Corner. And I
Cozy
jumped in
Wee
there.
Corner.
I jumped in there for like a couple of days, man, just to see what it's like. Because he was starting to try to get it off the ground and stuff. Apart from that, mate, it's pretty much just been scoring the whole time. Like, I've never really felt like I wanted to play anywhere else.
Yeah.
No.
Scorer's pretty much got everything you can want in the server. Like you can get up to whatever. Plus, I
100%.
know a lot of people in there, and a lot of my communities actually joined. Like there's Phoenix, plays Danny in the server now. Skull, he plays Chris. There's a good few that's watched me play it and then joined. And then I've started hanging about with them in the server.
That's pretty
So-
cool, man.
That's
That's pretty cool. Well, that's how Ryan started, pretty much, wasn't it? You're watching
It's-
Bravo, and then
Aye.
I got a text message from Bravo one day going, "Where'd you get your PC for? This, that, and the other." Because Bravo built his in, and I
Aye.
bought my first one. So I thought, oh, I bought it off this guy. Alco's PC on Facebook, just in case anybody wants to buy one, a cracking guy. And that's how he started,
Bravo
That's
actually messaged one of my videos on TikTok, so he did. And he's like, "What server's this? This looks quite cool. I'm kind of looking for a server. It's cool with people." I was like, "Ah, jump in, man. Fucking everybody's cool with everybody." Like you get the odd idiot, but most people kind of walk you through what you're doing. And
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
honestly, I didn't think about it at the time. Like, I didn't even know if he'd joined until like obviously Eli Bullwink.
Aye.
Getting arrested, and I'm like, was that a guy that commented on my TikTok? He's joined the server.
That happened with
He became
Amy.
one of the biggest guys on the server.
I know. It's not your
Aye.
fault, you dick. That happened with Amy. Amy messaged one of my. It was remember the one Ryan left foot, right foot.
Oh, mate, that was-
Sandals your auntie, innit?
High heel.
She messaged on that, asking what server it was. So I'm the reason why Amy's kicking about.
Mate, get back to that. It's just nuts how things work out because
Aye.
obviously I'm fucking senior on scoring now. But see, at the time, I never ever thought that I'd buy a PC to go on gaming. But when I started, Barry's my cousin, so I started watching him on Facebook. And then fucking, went for there and we went out to Twitch, signed up to Twitch and all that. And I was like, mate, I need to get a PC to play this. This is fucking, this looks class.
It's good, man.
And
You can
I
get
didn't
skill
fuck
both
up, mate.
ways, innit?
I still am not the best on PCs. Teddy will tell you that one. But fucking, it's fucking nuts how things pan out, man.
Definitely, man. We'll talk about streaming. When did you start streaming?
I properly started actually putting a shift in it probably about 2 years ago.
Right.
But I did dabble in it before that, like going in half, to kind of see what it was like, go live every now and again, But 2 years ago, I said to myself, right, let's try and actually do this, At least get to affiliate level.
Yeah.
But when I first started, you do that thing where every new streamer does, you get caught up in the numbers. So I was
Yeah.
streaming for like weeks, man, and there was nobody, I was one person, and it was just demotivating, I was like, I might just scrap this, There's no point if nobody's watching,
Yeah.
And Justin at the time had been trying a solo server's called D-Live. He said it was like a blockchain server type thing where you could earn crypto, like currency for it. And I was like, all right, like send us a link to it. So I signed up to that, and he was having like proper good success over there. I was like, I'll try that, So I went out there, and it was the same deal, There was like a good few people in the chat, like chatting away, and they had all these like stupid things like lemons and ninja guineas and all that, but they were all like kind of related to the crypto of the server, the
Yeah.
D-Live coin. And I ended up getting partner over there, which is technically Twitch's kind of affiliate level, They get a payout, and I got a payout, and it was like 80 quid or something. But when I got that, it kind of turned into this whole pyramid scheme thing. And I was like, right, I'm going to find somewhere else. And even Justin at the time, he's like, get out, just take all your shit out and we'll just bounce somewhere else. And I think he went back to Twitch. And I was like, I don't know if I want to go back to Twitch, because at the time I had like 12 people following me or something, So I might try something different, because I'm not losing anything really at the time, because nobody was watching me. So I was like, I might try Mixer. So I went out in Mixer, and probably about maybe 6 months later, that's when Mixer now shut its doors, kind of.
Aye.
I was like, right, just back to Twitch. You know what I mean? I didn't even think about streaming on YouTube because YouTube at the time, it pretty much still is, but
I
the whole
wasn't ready for
streaming,
it. Aye.
nah, it's no. And Facebook as well, really didn't have Facebook gaming or anything. You know what I mean? So I was like, right, we'll just go back to Twitch and we'll just grind away. And I did. You know what I mean? And I got a wee schedule on the go. Kind of try to go live the same time every day, and just no worry about the numbers. Like turn the whole like number count off and just stream and now talk away. And
Yeah.
I joined a few communities and stuff, but at the same time, you kind of get stung with that. I mean, I kind of learned my lesson
Follow
for
for
that.
follow.
It's
That
not just
bullshit.
that. It's there's some people who you thought were decent people, but turn out not to be decent people. Know what I
Yeah.
mean? You kind of they're not the people who you thought they were. Know what I mean? But at the same time, they meet some good people. I met Yaldi. Know what I mean, who plays well in the server. I met Yaldi through there, and I've been pals with him ever since. Know what I mean? And there's a few other people, but a couple of people that were running the sort of servers and stuff. Kind of like Two-Face, kind of stabbed you in the back. You know what I mean?
Aye.
And,
It's all for the rain game now. To be
Aye.
fair,
Pretty much,
it's like
pretty much. It's when you start getting the numbers, you're like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I'm like, why? Why do I need to do it? You know what I mean? Like, why do I need to be hosting this? Why do I need to be doing that and making sure I play with this person so they got up? You know what I mean? Like, why?
Aye.
It's more for your benefit than it is mine. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
all for helping people, but like you felt as if you get took a line a wee bit. You know what I mean?
Nah, you can tell what to do rather than you picking fucking what to
Pretty
do.
much, aye, pretty much. And then just out of nowhere, you know what I mean, I'm not going to name the group we were in, but me, Justin, Stubbs and all that, we pretty much just get kicked for it without even getting talked to. They just chucked us with it, know what I mean? And didn't even say anything to us, so like, right, cool. And at the time, I knew my pal George, who works for like an event management thing, and he was running a big gaming event at the SEC and Resonate, and I got hundreds of tickets like through him. He just gave me like about 50 tickets, and I just distributed them, gave them giveaways, not to the server, and like gave them out and stuff. You know what I mean? And it was just there was pretty much no thanks for it. I wasn't looking for thanks, but it was just a case of
Well, so you gave it tickets and then you got banned?
aye, pretty much, mate. Aye,
Fucking hell, man.
pretty
Thanks
much.
you get.
Aye,
That's
and
bullshit, innit?
aye, it was a bit of a shock. I was pretty annoyed, mate, at the time.
I
was
know
like,
what.
I know,
fucking- So I kind of learned my lesson for there. Like, just date yourself. Know what I mean? Just surround yourself with good people. Like, obviously, I'd met Justin, I'd met Yaldi, and I'd met like a good few other people through there. And I was like, you know, I'm just surrounding myself with people who now support you as much as you support them, kind of thing.
What's that?
And that's it, mate. I'm like, I'm not joining another community again. Obviously, Score is a community, but it's a different type of community. This was like a content creation community. The only one I'm still part of is Create Scotland. I mean, I'm still a part of that. Yeah,
Right.
and that's it. I'm pretty much only a part of that. But
See when you started it, what was it? Obviously GTA was predominantly what you were streaming, but was there anything else that you were streaming?
when I started streaming, I pretty much played a lot of COD. I played Fortnite, PUBG. Nah, I played a lot of FPS games. Know what I mean?
Aye.
Like GTA kind of came in the middle of that. Know what I mean? So to start with, I kind of played a lot of FPS games. But
Or you didn't even start with GTA?
no, I didn't even start with GTA. No, I pretty much started with GTA when I joined Scotland RP. You know what I mean? School.
Yeah.
That's when I started streaming GTA. But before that, before I started now streaming, I was making content on YouTube, and that was all like I like horror games. You know what I mean? Especially like indie horror games, more than the sort of AAA horror games. And I did a lot of VR stuff, and I done that on YouTube for a good while. And I done no bad earlier. You know what I mean? YouTube's a hard grind, but it's
100%.
you're a needle in a stack of needles.
Noticed.
Aye.
What do you mean you've noticed? No, you've noticed.
Well, I've
I
noticed.
think, see if you're Scottish as well, man, you're double fucked. You know what I mean?
Aye.
You're absolutely double
Well, to be
fucked.
fair, did you see last night Pokemon was watching one of Sean
I
Thompson's
seen
streams?
that. I seen that.
Aye, that's putting men on it.
That is pretty
That's
cool,
nuts,
mate.
man.
Aye. That is
That's pretty cool.
1,000 views or something.
Maybe chuff for him, man. That's
Aye,
fucking
it's 17,000, 16,000 views at the time. Well
That's
done, sure, my
pretty
man.
Nah, mate. Well, mate.
Talk about your VR streams on YouTube, but like going to Twitch, like everybody enjoys these streams, man. Like, because you're one of the funniest guys I plan to get scared. Is it like, do you do that as like a goal oriented, like a goal driven thing, or is just like every once in a while it's like fuck it, let's just do a funny horror stream?
Every once in a while, you know what I mean? Like right now, good VR horror games are like few and far between. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously there was the one I played, Affected the Manor. I'd played that previously on the Samsung Gear VR because there was only available for that. It was
Right.
like you put your mobile phone in like one of the VR
A
headsets.
bad case,
You played it through that.
I
Actually, that got like 60k views or 65k views on YouTube. And the company that done the game actually sent me a code saying, like, we've seen your video on YouTube and any future releases would like to work with you, know what I mean? We'll send you like a code, you can download the game, you can play the game. That I was like,
that's pretty cool.
So I got at least like 3 games after them and they sent me a code for the Gear VR one as well. I was like, yeah, go, because I enjoyed it on the other VR headset. You know what I mean? This one was meant to be like twice as good because obviously it was on the Quest 2. And it was good. I mean, there's a few lined up that I've got kind of in the works. Like there's the Exorcist one I'm going to try and do as well. And a game that I absolutely love, Layers of Fear. You can play that.
Layers of Fear's dynamite. Oh, you playing? Oh,
you can play that in VR now as well.
Right.
So I'm definitely going for that one. Know what I mean, it's not like a goal driven thing in it. It's just like there's a lot of work to set it up, man. You need to like set the green screen up and you get the mic and you go to like fix all the settings. Know what I mean? So it's just when I can be bothered doing it. Really, when I've got the time. Know what I mean? Usually, sometimes I'm just coming in and I'm just putting the computer on and putting now 5M up and I'm gone. But when I've got the time, like I'm like, fuck yeah, a proper fancy VR headset.
The best bit is like when is it like the missus or one of your daughters or something like that comes in and scares you. You're like, you're fucking big.
I'm not even kidding, mate.
I was in my work, man. Right, I was in my work with my iPad on, watching him the VR stream, and I swear to God, I was greeting with laughter. And then like people come up to like buy a drink off me, and I'm just like greeting, just buckled, man. Like, you alright? I'm just watching this thing. It's so fucking funny. You're fucking.
What makes it worse as well, I put these stupid fucking sound effect things on. So I'm sitting playing it as well, and everybody's bashing the sound effects on. I'm like,
catch a bitch.
So see, obviously, we're saying about setting up the VR and all that. Obviously, when you're just going to do like a GTA stream, just press a couple of buttons and that's you.
I've got a lot of set up on my Stream Deck. Know what I mean? Like I've done multi-action, so I just press a button and it'll load up Discord and 5M and like kind of Steam and all that. Know what I mean?
Right.
But
what would you say is the best and the worst points about streaming?
Best points about streaming is meeting new people. Know what I mean? And gaining new friendships and building your community. It's like I'm buzzing. See when somebody new comes in the chat and you talk away to them, and then maybe a couple of days later you stick a stream back on and they're back in the chat talking to you again. Know what I mean? And they just keep coming and coming. Know what I mean? You get proper buzzing at that. Know what I mean? And especially like the OGs for the start, like see like Skull and all that. Like they were coming about when I was getting like 2 viewers and stuff, and they've hung about since. Know what I mean? And they come every single stream. Know what I mean? So when you get that like proper follow base that come every stream and chat with you, it's buzzing. But the downside is like there's always going to be people that just want to bring you down. Know what I mean? There's going to be people that come in your chat and just start trying to chat shit to you, and I've got follow botted a couple of times. Know what I mean? And like people who just post nasty shit on videos you put up or now TikToks or whatever. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always going to be trolls, There's always going to be trolls.
Always.
And especially see when you're playing a game like GTA, obviously no new because it's whitelisted, but when it was public before, now when you get people intentionally come up to you because you know you were streaming and would start saying the proper nasty stuff, know what I mean? To just get you into trouble, whatever, know what I mean? That's the worst side of it. People that basically just want to be arseholes to you, know what I mean? But you learn how to deal with it, know what I mean?
I broke my follow bot virginity a couple of weeks ago. Somebody finally done it to me. I said, I must be famous now, fucking belter. Come back, I don't give a fuck, just turn the thing off.
I really don't get it. Like, I really, really don't get it. Why people's going to spend money to troll you, know what I mean?
Aye.
And I'm saying to myself, every time it happens, I'm like, you don't know you just fucking spent money to troll me, and I literally just need to go to a one website and it'll just wipe every single
I just
follow that
left
you just
it.
gave me.
I just
It's
left it.
fucking stupid.
So Twitch take them away anyway.
Aye, it's true, mate. Aye, you take my
You know,
money.
Twitch take them away, so like, there's no point even going to the website. Just leave it. Just make it look like you got 1,000 followers for a couple of days. But yourself look
I was
good.
just about to say that. I'm calling out for one to happen.
You know what? I don't envy you, mate. They see that first 50, mate. It's a proper struggle.
It's the hardest.
But when you get there, man, you're absolutely buzzing.
Mate, I'm nearly there. I
once you
think
get
I'm like 8 away or something. So I'm
Aye.
nearly there. man.
Yeah. When you get there, you're buzzing.
Get them followed if you're not following them
That's it.
already.
Everybody give 'em a follow.
That's it.
Cheers, man. Cheers. I'm just doing what Ted and that said, and everybody else, and even yourself mentioned it earlier on. Like, just try and look at how many views you're getting, and just fucking get on with it. And I've been
That's
trying
it,
that.
man.
So,
Don't
and
know the
everybody's
hard
been
part.
helpful, man.
Don't know the hard part is just keeping on talking. See if your chat's pure bear. Just
Aye.
the best thing is keep on talking about anything. Know what I mean, you see if
Yeah.
you're just sitting there quiet, somebody could come in and lurking, and you don't know they're there, and you're just like sitting there, like no saying
Aye,
anything. Know
sure
what I mean,
enough.
they'll just end up leaving. So you just keep the chat going, man. Usually can spark up some sort of conversation. Know what I mean,
It's mad because see, like, watching all yous, like Teddy's fucking good at it, you're good at it, fucking Justin and all that. He's make it like pure easy, but have fun. Like, see when you're sitting there and there's like nobody's writing or anything, but you've got like so many viewers and you're chatting all that, and you're like, I feel as myself keep repeating saying, so how are we doing all that, and then I start like,
yeah.
I shouldn't be saying that all the time. Do you know what
Aye,
I mean?
just let things come out your face and just there.
That's it.
And
mate.
then just make sure it's nothing that you can get done
Bad.
for TOS. You're fine, mate. You know what I mean? It's alright.
Oh, that's a lot. There's a few times at the start when I first started, mate. I had to,
Aye.
I had to stop the stream, delete the VOD quickly. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna fucking say that. I mean, there's a few times people was like, right, we can't play games with Tonto now for a wee while. Cheers, Tonto, mate. I'm going to delete my fucking VOD because you know what I mean.
So, you're really good at clipping things and putting things on TikTok and other different bits of content. What's your routine for it? Like, and what kind of software do you use?
Well, usually if something funny happens, I'll just clip it on my stream deck. But if I've just been lazy and I've not done it, I'll go back through the VOD and try and remember certain points or certain things that's happened. Know what I mean? And whatever I find funny, I don't really. I'm like, oh, well, people find this funny. It's just what I find funny, what I find cool. That I'm just like, you know what? I'm taking it. I'm gonna clip that. And I'm just gonna smack it on TikTok. Know what I mean? It usually does well. Know what I mean? Like,
Oh, like you've always got a consistent number, man. You've always got consistent numbers.
that's what. That's like at the start. I found TikTok proper confusing because I'd upload videos every day and you would get like 20 views or something. And you're like, what the fuck? I mean, like at the start it was alright, but see when you first hit, you're like 100, 200. Know what I mean? You're like, what did that area that made people watch it? Know what I mean? And I found it was the RP content that does way better than see most other things I upload like COD and all that. The RP content usually always does good. You know what I mean? It always does well. And you're usually always getting people like, what server's this? What server's that? You know what I mean? And you get the odd wee throw, man. I got a wee guy Lewis saying when Tam Spraggins plays GTA. Like, yeah, you dick, man. I thought it was that funny, mate. I'm like, you know what? I'm making a video on that, man. I stuck out on TikTok. Still just a bit more playing COD, man. I was like, you'll never guess what, man. This wee guy Lewis, I'm going to find him in the server and pure torment him, man. Fucking call me Tam Spraggins now.
There's fucking at least you can laugh about it. You're into DJing and that, aren't you?
I've been in that for a long time, man. I don't know, like if you used to go about the clubs in Glasgow, now you know a club Destiny, or you used to go
Destiny,
to
yeah.
Oh, in there, mate. We used to go there all the time. Me and my pals, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we were in there all the time, and we got dead friendly with the guy Kieran D. At the time, me and my pal Craig, we were at the DJ Academy at 23rd Precinct in the town, and we're trying to obviously like get proper training to be now DJs next. We're proper into it, and we used to go up every week to Destiny, and we're telling the guy, and there was a wee guy Richie in there that done the warm up sessions, and he was in 23rd Precinct at the time as well. He's like, aye, these guys go, they hang with that, they're there with me. And so, like, I wasn't there one night, like, because my missus was pregnant at the time, like, heavily pregnant. So I wasn't there one night. My pal Craig, he was there on the Friday, and he phoned me on the Saturday. He's like, mate, he's wanting us up on Saturday to do a session. I'm like, what? But this guy Craig was notorious for talking shit, right? Honestly, he was a shit talker. I was like, what do you mean he wants us up? He's like, he wants us up on a Saturday. He's going to let us have a trial. I was like, I didn't know whether to believe him or not. I was like, I was like, do you want me to meet you? He's like, aye, come up to my house. So we drove up his house, and I was like, if we take stuff ways, know what I mean? So I'm going to take CDs with me, and all that. I was like, cool. So we got up to town. Like, he's like, I told us just to ring the doorbell, but I knew a lot of the bouncers and that. Like, my pal Anthony was the head bouncer there. I knew a lot of the bouncers and that there, and we've rang the doorbell. And it's Anthony that's came down. He's like, he's not in the now. He's like, I can't let he's in the now because we're busy setting up. That's so you just need to be outside. So, Guy Kieran, he came up from England all the time. So he got a train up. He's bounced round the corner. I'm like, here we go. Know what I mean? This is where we find out if he's been talking shit. You look like dafties, know what I mean? And then he's like, all right, boys, how you doing? You James, you telling me about you. He's like, give me 2 minutes and I'll come down and get you. And I was like, oh my God, mate. I was like, this is happening. This is fucking happening, man. I was buzzing. So we got this there, and that way you never see the dancing when the lights not on, and it looked like a fucking shithole, man. I'm like, patches in the carpet and all that. I'm like, the fuck? I've never noticed how much this place looks like a shithole, you know what I mean? So he's upsetting, he's upsetting all the like smoke machine and all up in the fucking foam machine and all that. He's doing all that. And he's bounced down. He's like, right, boys, like, I'm on it in DJ booth and I'll show you set up and that. And it was pretty much standard. Like CDJs, like, it was the 1000 MK3s at the time. And but the mixer, mate, oh my God, man. He's like, right, I need to get a rundown on this. It's like, these two paddles here, these are the only two faders that work, right? It was all sellotape at one point. He's like, don't touch this. Blow the speakers there, right? You touch that one, the whole system's gone out. I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Fucking hell, man.
I'm like, I'm sweating at this time. I'm like, oh no, man, I'm shaking and everything. I was like, I'm going to fuck this place up, man. I'm going to put the first record on. It's just going to fucking blow every night. I'm like, oh no. So I'm like to Craig, I'm like, yo, you're going first. I'm not touching anything until you go, you know what I mean? But my pal Craig, man, he was a fucking stoner at the time, man, so he was just blazing, mate. He'd obviously smoked a few because he was nervous, you know what I mean? And I'm standing out at the bar, my pal Richard and Kieran, and he's like, right, what did you bring? I was like, he's brought some CDs. So I like, let me hear what you've brought and that. And he's like, nah, mate. He's like, that's like main time stuff. He's like, you can't play that. So I want you to play the warm up. He's like, go in there. There's 3 folders in there, all CDs. But they're all just like sort of warm up tunes and stuff. So fucking my pal Craig's in there trying to whip tunes out, try to put something together quickly, you know what I mean, to start playing. And I'm standing there at the bar with Kieran, and oh my God, man, he's just fucking up. I was like, oh no, it's pure, like, no even beat matching or nothing, mate. It was all clashing and all that. I'm like, oh no, mate, my face was gone redder. I was getting sweat. See, like that guy therapy when his sweat's just coming off his face. I'm like, oh no, I was feeling sick and everything. And he's just looking at me. He's like, "These boys go to 24 precinct. You sure?" And then DJ called me. I was like, "Aye, mate." I was like, never mind him. Know what I mean? Like, wait till I go. Know what I mean? But I went on, and I don't know what it is, mate. I think I was just that nervous. I was just fucking full concentration mode. Know what I mean? And I went for it. And he's like, "You're actually no bad. You're quite good." He's like your pals shite, but know what I mean? Like you're not bad. He's like, we can get you back up in like a couple of weeks when Richie's off. And I done one there, mate, and then unfortunately, fucking this other place called Sea and Crystal Lounge, they bought Destiny there. Yeah. And they basically had their own people they wanted in to now do the DJing and stuff. So everybody pretty much got chucked, you know what I mean? So I was like, bastard, man. But at the time, like through that, I got to know Barry Wheelnut, now DJ Pulse. And like DJ Cammy and all that, and fucking Orem, man. I got to know Orem, and we went to a lot of stuff together. I never really played it or stuff, because I don't know, they kind of all rolled together, you know what I mean? I done like flyers and all that for them, and like some promotion that for them. So we go into a lot of places for free. Me and my pals, we go into like Betty's, that was on side of our Chaos and stuff. Yep. And got in there, man, went to a lot of their gigs, and we pretty much got a lot of gigs for free. We met this guy Beastie, and he was a man, like, see now that way you have a drug dealer, mate, he was a guy for tunes. He was a guy for tunes. He had all the white labels, mate. See what DJ Vance not was playing, and nobody could get. he had it all on white labels, mate. He was like the drug dealer of tunes. And he see where and up the tune, see where HMV used to be in Silky Hill Street. Like see across there used to be like a market in this building. Used to go up the stair and it was just all like wee market stalls and all that. It's where Sports Direct is, you know. He had a stall up there. And we'd go up and see him, mate, and I'm taking this one to spend like £100 a weekend and all that, just getting tunes that nobody had. So we could just make CDs and everybody's like, where are you getting all these fucking tunes for, you know? So we just used to get them off him. And he always used to be like, tell all your pals, mate, get them up in the band. I'm like, aye, mate, I'm telling everybody to come here. I'm like, we're telling Nick is not for this. We're fucking milking him for everything he's got, man. And we just used to go up and get tunes off him. And him as well, he used to do a lot of promoting. That was kind of his job. And he used to get his tickets like for Back to the Future and that, Colin Academy. So I pretty much got to go to a lot of gigs for free. I really didn't have to pay anywhere I went, mate. We went to a lot of stuff. Just
Did you have a DJ name yourself?
DJ Jammer, mate. It was a pish one, but that's what it was, mate.
DJ Jammer. So just kind of techno music and stuff like that. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, mate. It was mainly all hardcore and Macinite at the time, mate.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you never really done any parties or anything like that, no?
Only family ones, mate. No, family ones. It was all trance and all that time, mate. That's kind of, I'm still into that now, mate. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I'm into now.
I can tell me the music you play on your streams and stuff like
that. Do you produce your music?
We used to make CD daft edits, man. Like you get like DJ Pulse used to do a lot of the daft edits, man. But no. Like I did use Pro Tools and that for a while to try and make them, mate, but it's too much work, mate. I couldn't be arsed with it. I ended up just being like, do you know what? It's just fucking. It's easier just DJing than making the tunes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Aye, definitely. That's pretty cool, man. Like going back to Skoda then. Skoda 1.0 begins. I'm guessing it's still Tonto then. What was the plan for Tonto 1.0?
Pretty much just survived, mate. Just got about doing what I was doing and rolling with the people I was rolling with, man. I honestly didn't have a plan. I just like to jump in and have fun, you know what I mean? And try and no get banned for the server. Up until I made Harry, mate, like, it was literally just doing what I wanted, you know what I mean? Just having a laugh, you know what I mean? Not really having any sort of agenda, kind of just doing whatever.
Mate, when I first came across Harry, obviously you were a haze worker. Did you have Harry or any other characters? What other type of work have you done in Skoda?
Well, I've had two other characters. One was Abdul, because I watch a lot of Abdul HD. Now No Pixel, the taxi driver.
Yeah.
But I love watching him, man. He's brilliant. And I was like, do you know what? I want to kind of bring a similar character to Skoda, man. I think it'd be brilliant. But I made him for like a week, man. I think you seen him, Teddy.
Yeah. I've seen him.
The accent and all that, mate. I was like, no, man, it's too far, mate. I'm gonna get banned now. It's too dodgy. Now everybody's like, hey, you can't do that, man. You can't do that accent. That's fuck. You're gonna end up getting banned. And I'm like, no, man. I'm so to kill him off.
I think like, did you know they won TikTok with him and it bombed like fuck or something like that? And then I'm just gonna stop this now.
Aye, because a lot of people
brought in Mad Davey.
Wee Mental Davey, aye.
Wee Mental Davey.
Mental Davey. Aye, the whole thing with it just bombed, man. People were saying like, nah, mate, I'd want you should do that character. No, I mean, it could be a wee bit offensive, and I was kind of worried at the time as well. So I was like, you know, I'm going to write him off. And basically to write him off, what I said was he went to Abu Dhabi to bring out a big large shipment of heroin, and ended up getting caught, and he's serving life in Abu Dhabi now, in an Abu Dhabi prison. So I killed him, you know what I mean? And I was like, see, rather than making all characters, I'm just going to make a Scottish guy. Because I'll make wee Mental Davey. That way I don't even put an accent on, you know what I mean? And when he first joined, the whole idea was to get him on taxis and just be that general fucking Scottish taxi driver.
Just talking absolute pish,
just chatting shit to everybody and just getting to know a lot of people through the server. Then everybody's like, you should go PD. But we'd love to see you on PD. It'd be funny as fuck, you know what I mean? Because I did have a PD character on Skoda when Justin was Mike Cock. I did join PD, and it was like back then, obviously it was funny as fuck. Because it was just no rules, as I said, you know what I mean? So we were having people do all sorts, man. It was class, but obviously no PD is like proper structured and you've got your section codes and you need to read the rights. And
That's a bit
I
too
done it.
much, isn't it?
I done it for like 2 weeks, man, and I was like, this is too much. It's too much. Like people were just moaning that you didn't read me my rights and fucking. We had a guy there for 45 minutes arguing that he was a fucking removal guy for a house. He was driving a Subaru. I'm like, how the fuck you removing for a house in a Subaru? You know what I mean? Picking up a house removal. And I'm like, 45 minutes, man. And then Anki made a ticket about it. And I was like, nah, man, fucking, I can't be honest with him, man. It's too much.
Aye.
People were
Too
just
much, wow.
like, as you guys know, people don't like to take the L. You know what I mean?
Aye.
And I felt that
100%.
too much. And I was like, it's no fun. And I was no going on it. I was just playing Harry all the time. And I was like, nah, I need to get him off of PD. So I went in and I just chucked PD and I just put him back on taxis again. You know what I mean? But right now, Harry's story's like proper taking off with the whole MC thing. So like I'm pretty much just on him all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we're coming to the be all and end all. Find out some of the issues with scoring because every single stream we've had, we've mentioned, podcast we've done, we mentioned about people not taking the L every single time.
Aye.
Innit? And it's
See,
mad when people
I'm
can.
that way. I'm that way. I don't care. See, as long as it's fun. See, if like I'm in a police chase and they ram me and like, I fly out the car or whatever, or I get shot or something, man, I just like it's what it is. You know what I mean, it's a game. At the end of the day, I don't really care. Exactly. As long as it's fun to have. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
I just got all the time anyway, so it doesn't really matter about money.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Every time I watch it, was like, mate, I got 2 like on so fuck.
I know, man. But I mean, like, apart from that, man, I think there's probably only maybe been one other situation where I did kind of be annoyed at it, and I think I might stick a ticket in. And I think it was we were part of like an old MC, and we get rolled up on, and we just had knives, and there was nary RP to it. They just kind of rolled up the gang and shot us. Know what I mean? It was like no RP, and I'm like, well, that's a bit bullshit. Know what I mean? We just kind of ruined the whole scene. Know what I mean? But I've never been in any other situation where I thought to myself, oh, I'm going to be a ticket about this. I can't be arsed. This is done my nothing. I mean, that's what it is. If
Right.
Was that the yellow gang by any chance?
No, mate. I'm pretty sure it was unfazed, man. Shell, if you're watching this, your class knew, mate. But back then, man, you smoked this, man. I'm not going to lie. I think that was actually my first interaction with Shell at the time. And then like that same stream, mate, I went down with a car at O's and she was pure nice. Like, I just gave him that one for free and gave him that. I'm like, fuck yes, mate.
Mate, there's one now, I think I can mention this now, right? But at the time it probably couldn't have, but there was one where she was doing something, she done something to Kenny, she stabbed Kenny and Kenny wasn't happy about it or something. And she called him, when she went to stab him, she went, "Ah, you wee fucking pussy bitch," and walked away. I swear to God, mate, see for about weeks after that, we couldn't stop saying that, "You wee pussy bitch." It's fucking brilliant, man. I get so brilliant, man. One of the funniest things I've heard in school, to be honest. Right, man, so you decided to start a gang called in 2.0, I think it was, the
Southside Killers, mate.
Killers, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that come about?
Well, I kind of realised that the whole, like, the best way to get like good RP and good stories was to join a gang. I mean, the whole gang situation was kicking off, and I was like, I think we should start a gang because then you're going to be involved in a lot more like meets and stuff, and you're going to get access to weapons and all that, and it's going to properly progress your story. You know what I mean? So I was like, we should make a gang because I think a lot of other gangs were full at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, right, we should just start our own one. So it was me, Skull, and Danny, and Willie. I was like, right, we'll just start one, mate, and we'll just try and get a weapon and stuff and try and start recruiting people. So I was like, let's just call it the Southside Killers, you know what I mean? Because obviously I was for the south side of Glasgow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I made this whole backstory about how like Harry was part of a underworld in the south side of Glasgow, and he's had to flee to fucking the city of Scora and all that, and he's looking to come in as Billy Big Bollocks, you know what I mean, and take our Scora and that, you know what I mean? And I made this whole backstory, and Danny's like, right, cool, and same with Billy and all that. But I was just made at the wrong time because, like, I think it was like 4 weeks after that minute that everybody basically got wiped. You know what I mean? Everybody had to reapply, so I never really got off the ground. You know what I mean? Because obviously there was only 4 weeks.
So you kind of felt like it just couldn't really get it started.
Aye, we done a couple of tasks for you, know what I mean? We done the whole...
I remember the first... Sorry, mate, I just interrupted you.
Sorry, man. I think we done the whole, like, was it black USB or something?
Aye.
We done all that, man, and then I think we only got one task with it or something, and then everybody got wiped, you know what I mean? That was it.
See that one task we thought about? I remember it because obviously we'd come up with this idea of putting it was Teddy and all that had done it. But it was only me or Barry that could obviously take it to the car. I had to sit in the car. You didn't even know still at this point, you probably still didn't know. I was sitting in the car, invisible. When you
Aye.
Oh, no.
Me and Simon climbed up on the roof.
Aye, because we seen you on the roof,
because we better jump up on this roof just in case he had to fly away somewhere, and so the car doesn't disappear. And we're up there, and then fucking Willie goes, "What's up in this roof?" Just climbs up the ladder for no fucking reason whatsoever, and it's just both of us just like lying on the floor, like he's like, "I never saw nothing, boys. Never saw nothing." Just going mad again.
That's one. Right, 3.0 begins, and obviously the age group like yourself and Justin and all that.
Yeah.
And you said to kind of go your separate ways. How did you feel about that?
Honestly, wasn't too bothered because I know, because obviously Justin owned a lot in like the other servers. He was basically all the businesses, you know what I mean? So he always was into just like now buying stuff and doing his own thing, you know what I mean? So at the time I progressed up to boss at his anyway. So I could hire and fire people and all that, you know what I mean? So Justin had put us in that spot. And obviously I knew about the blacklist because he'd made me part of it, even though it was kind of hush-hush. And he'd always kind of said that he was going to concentrate on that kind of thing. So at the time I wasn't too bothered, you know what I mean? Like me and Skull, who plays Chris in that, we kind of ran it and Willie and stuff. And then we got William in, you know what I mean? William Lawrence, who was in there now. He came in and Harry was just a lazy bastard, man. I pretty much was doing my thing, not really doing the job, know what I mean? So Justin came in like, you're booted down to manager, know what I mean? You took your roles away, but it is what it is, mate, because I wasn't really doing the job. I was pretty much just collecting a paycheck, know what I mean? I was doing my own thing, and I like less responsibility, mate. I'll take the paycheck and less responsibility, know what I mean? I don't need to deal with hiring and firing people, because at the time as well, man, people were coming up like, can you hire people? And I mean, like, I've lost my job, can you come down and now give me my job back and all that? So it was cutting into, like, if I was doing stuff, I mean, doing scenes in it, and like people were phoning you or coming up to you, you'd have to go down and sort them out, know what I mean? So
Happy pain in the ass.
I wasn't really bothered, know what I mean? Like, I enjoy his, know what I mean? It's good when the set's kind of slow and you just dive out and you just repo cars and all that, like, and it can be funny as well, because I remember when there was this one, I think I put it on a TikTok, and it was up at hospital, and I went up, and there was nobody on, so I was like, fuck, I'm going to do some haze work. And they were parked in the no park zones. But I didn't know it was a doctor's car, and I've repoed the car. And he came out, and he's like, did you see something? Did you repo my car? I was like, nah, mate. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, I was sitting there. I was like, there was somebody else here, mate. I was like, literally just left before I came up, man. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. He's like, fucking hell, that's twice that's happened. I was like, I'm kidding on him on the radio. I was like, yeah, who was up here? Like, repoing cars now. I just fucked off. I was like, bye. And then somebody had left their card down at Hayes in the no park zones, and I've went in the boot, mate, and it was just stacked with blue USBs. I'm like, oh. I was like, whip, because we steal everything out of the cars, you know what I mean?
Aye.
I was left in the cars, we steal it, and I whipped all the stuff out of the car, man. And again, me and I think it was Danny, I think it was with me, and we were up at hospital again, trying to repo cars, and on the radio it was Barry. He came on, he's like, who was down here in the car? There's an associate down here of mine saying that all his blue USBs have been whipped out his car. And I was like, I'll head down, mate. And back down, he's like, did you take anything for his car? So I don't know what you're talking about, but the guy had seen me in the car. He'd already seen me in the back of the car. He's like, he was in the back of my car. I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, mate. Having no blue USBs at all. So we sat there for about 10 minutes, man. I just denied it the whole way. And he fucked off. And he was pissed, man. He was pissed. He lost all his blue USBs. I think Barry was a bit annoyed as well. He's like, oh, well, I'm just need to remain fucking neutral in this. he knew I took them as well, but I was like, I don't give a fuck, man. I'm mine now. I'm selling them.
That's it. Fuck it, man. Fuck it.
Who is it, Ricky? Or Bob?
I'm not sure. No, it wasn't. That wasn't for the associates. It was somebody that
Oh, it was for
Barry
somebody
knew.
else.
He was
Oh,
somebody
right.
he was associated with. I don't know. Quote me if I'm wrong, but he was wearing that blue bandana, so he might have been part of Unfaced. I've just whipped all the blue USBs, man. I was
Fuck it,
fucking
mate.
rolling in money.
You leave your car unlocked inside Hayes, it's going to get
Exactly.
fucking done. You know what I
In
mean?
fact, I made a training video, and that was part of the training video. Always go inside the car, check the glove box, check the boot, steal whatever's in there.
Had to make money somehow.
Exactly, mate. Ronald didn't try good enough. I mean, Ronald's wages were shite. I
That's
remember
brilliant.
I filled his safe up with condoms, like his entire safe, because I seen him. He didn't cover his PIN code one time. He was streaming, right? Like, stream snipe, meta gamed, right? Don't shut him out the server. For a bam up, I'm like, do you know what? I'm going in his safe, man. And I went in his safe and I moved all the stuff he had at the top right to the bottom. And every other slot I just filled with condoms. he must have been in. And he's like, what the fuck? And he must have obviously checked the logs, and I came back in. And he's like, Harry, mate, I've got you a bonus for you. I was like, yes, mate. It was like 30k or something. And he just whipped a hammer out and fucking killed me with a hammer. And see every single bonus. See, when he worked there, and before he moved to Blacklist, every single bonus, he just paid me in Johnny's. Like, he never gave me any money, he just gave me
It's like
confidence.
30,000 worth of fucking Johnnies. Is
Aye,
that why there's an
every time.
abundance of Johnnies about the place?
What's it with you and fucking dildos and Johnnies?
I know. Oh, man, that's proud. So we'll move on a wee bit. Obviously, everybody goes and does their separate things, Blacklist, stuff like that. You joined the Lost.
Yep.
You joined the Lost, and then everything kind of exploded, man, overnight. What the fuck happened?
Well, I became a prospect at the time, and before I left, because I ended up with COVID and no well, and before
Yeah.
that, everything seemed fine. I mean, everything was cool. Jerry said he needed a wee break, which is fine. Know what I mean? And everybody's like, right, cool, no bother, take a wee break, mate. Just do what you got to do. Because Barry was obviously VP at the time, so he took the running it, and I was off with COVID, so basically, I think it was just like too many cooks. Know what I mean? Like, people just weren't agreeing, and I think I don't want to like obviously quote on it what they were thinking. Know what I mean? But I think there was just conflict. Like maybe we want to get in this, want to get in that. Kind of, I don't know what it was, man. But everybody just kind of went, well, I think we'll just leave it. Know what I mean? I don't think we're up for
Mental, man,
continuing the
because
gang.
the Lost to me were like one of the OG gangs. Like they had a couple of like obviously there was like a couple of versions of them, but from whitelist standpoint, when I was just they were really good. Like they didn't really cause much shite. Everything kind of was smooth sailing with them, and then all of a sudden just like, oh, we're done Monday. So
I know. I was surprised myself, mate, because I said I was in bed, mate, and I was seeing the chat, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? And I was obviously messaging Phoenix. I was like, what's happening? Is the Lost like done? Is everybody leaving? Know what I mean? And he's like, I don't really know what's happening. And then like that was it. It was gone. And like Jerry had went, and like Barry and all that had went. I think they went to play in other cities for a bit. They were still coming in with a scorer, know what I mean? But it wasn't kind of their main thing anymore. And I'd say to Danny, I was like, oh, mate, I'm fucking gutted, because like, I was looking forward to now being part of a proper gang, know what I mean? So he had said, obviously, like, do you want to see if we can do it? And I was like, fuck it. I was like, see if now Chris will let the Lost continue with just me and you now running it, and we'll try and get other people in like, as quickly as we can to take spots up. And because obviously, like, a couple of the hangabouts and that, and like people who were like, in the gang, they were going to go to the Pale Riders until they obviously did, know what I mean? And they'd left, and so they weren't really interested in coming back into the Lost, know what I mean? So me and Danny had to just think on our feet, and we're like, right, we'll get Willie in. Now Yaldi, like, he was up for joining. And Corey came back on the server, who we were like, I knew Corey for a good while, know what I mean? We'd done like Haze and that together. And I was like, do you know what? Do you fancy joining? Know what I mean? Help us kind of get this half the gun kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's like, aye, cool. And everybody was like buzzing, like, oh, the Lost's back, know what I mean? Like, they were gutted that the Lost was going to go. So I was like, this is like, obviously people are interested in seeing us kind of survive, know what I mean? And
definitely.
And Frankie and Matrix They'd messaged us like, "Can we join as well? We're looking for something new." Know what I mean? Because I think Frankie was like proper up for joining the MC, but just the direction it was going in before when Jerry and that was there, like I don't think like he's like I might just leave it now. Know what I mean? Like he got and he got a good vibe when he came up to ask like, "Can I join?" Know what I mean? And he got kind of brushed off. I was like, "Frankie, mate, Big Beard is definitely becoming part of the MC. Don't you worry about that now." Big Beard's gone treasurer, mate, because Big Beard used to own fucking the whole of Scotland RP at one point, man. He was the richest man in that server. I mean, I was like, you're treasurer, mate. You're dealing with it all. Know what I mean, you're dealing with the business. I mean, we'll be
What's
sorted.
next for you, then? What's next for you?
We'll be doing a lot of deals, like because obviously right now we don't have a blueprint. Like we're fucked for a blueprint. Jerry sold our blueprint to the blacklist, so we have really no way of making decent money off anything. Know what I mean? So we've done a deal with the Clarks and stuff to kind of sell them some knuckle dusters, and we've been like the firm's kind of keen as them. Know what I mean? Obviously, this can't be used in game. You fucking metagaming. But we done that. We done that, and we'll make a wee bit of money after that. But obviously, we're just waiting to get a blueprint. Know what I mean? Eastern Connection's going to sort us out with a blueprint, and once that's done, we can actually start producing whatever we get and kind of selling it on and try to make their business opportunities. But we had a wee run in with the mines, man. I think the person that runs the mines, Aaron, he kind of wanted to spice things up a wee bit. And I was up for it, mate. Like, see, when I heard gangs were coming in, I was like, oh, yes, mate. Fucking drive-bys and everything, mate. This is going to be amazing. Okay, it's going to be brilliant, know what I mean? And obviously, everybody kind of just went, no, let's all hold hands and do business.
Some pals,
aye. And I was like, oh, this is shite, man. I want to come in and be part of a gang and be worried to go to the wrong area or be seen out myself and somebody might kidnap me or fucking do me in or something, know what I mean? So when I heard he was trying to like I want to spice things up, and we had a meet with him the day before, and they're like, oh, if you need anything, we'll help you out, and MCs have got to stick together and all that. And then all of a sudden, I gave his youth Eddie when it you sent me a thing, and they're like, he's like, yes, we're laughing, and it was the mines were up at our base, and they'd fucking spray painted our base. Mines rule, we own this and all that, we deserve this more than the MC. I was like, oh yes, mate, this is what I'm talking about. And that day, man, I was like, yes, I was like, Danny, we've got to fucking retaliate and all that. And he was pure hesitant, know what I mean? Like, fair dues to Danny. I don't think he likes conflict and all that, know what I mean? It's a shame, know what I mean? I'm pure personal, I'm like, we've got to fucking kill these cunts,
come on, let's go.
Let's go down, man, let's fucking do it. I mean, I was pure up for it. He's like, oh, we'll talk to him and all that. So I think I kind of forced them, pushed them a wee bit to go down to where they're based, and we just sprayed the whole base and all that, and I put Lost Boys in top and that. Willie put mine stink of shite. all sorts of mad shit. All sorts of mad shit. And we were in Pizza This, and Danny got a phone call, man, and you could hear the dread in his voice. He's like, oh no, man, they're coming up to speak to us. So we just denied it like fuck, but they obviously knew. And then later that night, there was a big gang fight between the mines and they lost. But obviously, they had backup for the taxis and stuff. And a couple of other people, because they're like, oh, we like your lost MC and that, we don't like the mines and all that. But poor Harry, mate, as usual, he ended up fucking dead. Nah, I mean, he got scalped right in his dome. Yeah, a fucking
That's
wrench.
Teddy, mate. That happens to Teddy anytime fucking something happens. Teddy's dead first every single time, man. Every time.
So we done that.
That's it, mate. Mate, they spray painted Harry's a ginger fuck or something on the wall. I came back and fucking William had phoned us.
That was definitely no name. That was definitely Will, mate. That was definitely Will.
I know that was him, mate. I know that was him. Because he phoned me, he's like, you'll never guess what Harry, mate. They've done something.
That's wrong, mate.
And I was like, oh, I can as soon as I seen it, I was like, he's fucking sprayed that on there, wee dick, man.
I mean, I know you fucking need for staff and all that, what happened to my staff, but I think you guys are hilarious, man. I think he's just
always class, mate, aye.
So what do you see happening in the future for Harry?
Well,
just stick him with the Lost and see what rides out.
He's going to try and stick with the Lost, and he's going to try and strengthen up, man, getting it to be as strong as he can, know what I mean? Obviously, Danny's the president, Harry's happy enough being VP, know what I mean? But once they start getting the Lost, like, kind of in a good position, know what I mean? Because right now, as I said, we're pretty weak. We don't have a blueprint, we're low in numbers, know what I mean? So we're probably the smallest gang right now in the city, you know what I mean? So we need to get that all sorted out and stuff. So I
Yeah.
see myself just getting pretty much lost in the old gang side things, you know what I mean?
Aye.
Lost in the lost, eh?
Lost in the lost, me, that's
Lost
it.
in the
Lost in
lost.
the lost. Exactly.
How long's that you've been RPing for now?
Since Scotland RP started, basically. I came in it like
So-
about a week after it.
March
Bang.
2020, something like
Aye.
Something like that, aye,
2
man.
years
Something
up.
like
Fucking, that's a long time, innit, man?
that. Is.
that.
Another 2 year.
2 years only
Yeah.
we spoke to once, mate. That's fucking good done.
Exactly. And there was no rules for the first year and a half, so.
That's it, mate. That's it. I know. That's it.
So, Tonto, what's in the box? What you watching now? What's the TV show choice?
The last TV show I watched, mate, I got proper into was Afterlife. Because
Right,
I'd
okay.
Oh,
never
mate.
seen it.
I just
And,
finished it.
Aye, everybody was telling me about it. I'd never watched the series yet. And they're like, oh, you should start watching it because it's finished now, you know what I mean? They're all done. And I was like, I don't know if it's my kind of thing. I watched it, man, and oh my god, mate, that is an amazing show, man. You're laughing 1 minute, man, pure greeting the next. I mean, you're like, what's
Oh,
happening
man.
here?
The last episode, I watched it last night, and I kind of had a bit of a drunken weekend there, so I wasn't feeling myself yesterday. And I was sitting watching the last episode like, oh no!
See, I hate watching it and like see my
What does
missus, man.
that-
My
what does that
missus.
mean?
What?
See the end
What?
of that? When he's walking away?
Oh no, we can't talk about it. No, we can't talk about it. We can't spoil it, but
But
Spoil
see,
it, just spoil it.
when I watch it, my missus, man, she is, I swear to God, like she'll greet at stuff that's not even sad. Like, what the
Aye.
fuck? We watched this thing, Good Doctor, right? And it wasn't even sad. And it's about this doctor, basically, I think he has like high functioning autism.
aye, I know what you're talking about. Aye.
He's proper, like he's better than all the doctors in the hospitals, you know what I mean?
I know
it's
you've
just-
seen that, aye.
Aye. And there's this guy that takes care of him, and it's like kind of he's like sort of therapist kind of guy,
Yeah.
but he's always there for him, know what I mean? And he's like, how can you know? Just tell him that he loves her. No, like, fuck. I'm like, oh my god, man, she's sitting green. It's like and you'll get something right, and she's like, oh, that's amazing, pure green. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, you know what I mean? Like, it's so hard to watch stuff where she'll just greet at everything, man. I'm like, oh, that's how you see when I watched Afterlife. I was like, yeah, you better take these, man, throwing like a full box of tissues at him. Man. This is going to be a wild ride for you.
Yeah, I messaged Teddy about how it was about 3 weeks ago or something, wasn't it?
Aye, something
Me
like
and
that.
him were sitting up one night and fucking, I was like, I'm going to go and fucking watch this. So we jump off a chat and I went in the living room and started watching it. I can't mean what it was he said, but see the pure scruffy guy in it. Do you remember what it was he said?
The guy with
It's
his
something
beard,
about put your mouth through my dirty lollipop or something.
Aye. Oh, mate. man. I
Aye.
ended up having to fucking, I can't remember if I sent you the video or I phoned you or something, I can't, or I messaged you, whatever it was, man.
You just voice messages me like,
Uh,
"Mate, it's so fucking funny this, but man, you have to watch it, man. It's so fucking funny."
mate, I was in stitches, man. Get your
Aye.
mouth through, man. Get your mouth through this dirty lollipop.
apart from Ricky Gervais, man, he's like the funniest guy in that.
Well,
That-
supposedly, like he has like no lines, like all the stuff he says is all off the cuff. It's just him just talking shit.
Have you
Is
ever
it?
seen it?
I like
Oh,
obviously
aye.
has like wee bullet points and stuff, but
Aye.
like see all the kind of stupid fucking jokes and all that. It's just him making up jokes. Like,
It'd be so hard to film that because, see, as you say, Ryan, when you see the outtakes, man, Ricky Gervais is just, he just can't hold his face, man. He's just busted out laughing, you know what I mean?
I was watching one on TikTok. It was Peter Kay's, is it Road Diaries or something?
Oh,
In a TV
he's in
show,
the car,
in
aye.
the car
car.
when he's Mr. Bombastic, and he goes on for like half an hour, just tries to. Everyone will just creasing, man.
we need to move by this.
Right, man.
Right, man. So, back to streaming, mate. You stream 3 days a week, plus you're a dad. Obviously, I'm a dad as well, man. Where do you find the time and how do you balance it?
Well, when I first started making a schedule, I pretty much had to clear it with the missus, you know what I mean? She's not a slave
Yeah.
driver or anything, you know what I mean? But I was like, you know what? Like, I'm, as you say, you know what I mean, you're super busy with the kids and all that, and like just everyday life. And I'm like, right, I do want to kind of, I mean, this is a hobby, you know what I mean? It's not like a job or nothing. I just do it for fun. But I was like, I do kind of want to get a kind of schedule stuck down because it helps you grow, you know what I mean? It helps you
Exactly.
get followers. People know when you're going to be live and they'll come and join your stream, know what I mean? So I said to her, I was like, how about a day, like a Monday, Wednesday, a Friday, that way I've got a day off in between and then I've got the weekends off, know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to start with, the days were fine. I would just try to find times to do it. Like at the start, I would do it in the morning when the Waynes were at school. And then it just wasn't working out, know what I mean? Because I would be busy for that time. And then I was like, right, I'll switch it to kind of later on at night. And like when I first came in, like I was like, I'll do 5 to like 9 or something. But then obviously when you come in, you get like your dinner to get and all that, get the Wayne sorted and all the rest of it.
Washing a bit.
I was like, it's too much, man. I can't be bored. So I was like, do you know what? I'll start late, kind of later on, maybe 6:30, 7ish, and then stream on to like maybe 10, 11. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although I've been kind of pushing the limits a wee bit recently, like coming off midnight and all that, the 1 o'clock in the morning.
I saw you a couple days ago.
Like Fridays are alright, you know what I mean? Because you're doing fuck all the next day, you know what I mean?
It's when you have to get up at 7:30 on the fucking Tuesday, like that.
Aye, exactly. I know. You're just throwing yourself out of bed. Like, I mean, but Monday, Wednesdays, I try and come off for about maybe 10:30, know what I mean, 11.
Yeah.
And just get off and obviously go spend a bit of time and like chill, know what I mean? Try and not let it take over. Because before I was doing that, in the days I was off, on the Tuesday and the Thursday, I was editing like videos for YouTube and all that. So I kind of stopped doing YouTube because I was like, it's too much. I mean, you're sitting here every day, you've got time free, you know what I mean? That's how, like, props to Justin, man, how we can literally go to his work, come home, stream, and then, you know what I mean? Like, I honestly don't think I could put as much effort as, like, somebody like him puts in, know what I mean?
100%.
Like, it's just, obviously, the kids take a lot of your time up, you know what I mean? Like, you're helping them with homework, you're taking them here and everywhere. So my daughter's going to be 16 this year, you know what I mean? So,
fucking hell.
It's like fucking, it's non-stop.
But I just start battering boyfriends and that soon.
I know.
I mean, fucking.
She's 16 and she's twice height of me, you know what I mean? Like, no joke. She's got to be about 6 feet, mate. Honestly, I kid you not, man. She's almost 6 feet, you know?
My niece is like that, man. My niece is 9 and she's probably up to about my nipple at the moment. And I'm just 6 foot. She's got to be fucking 7.5 feet, man.
Fucking hell.
I had long legs. Legs fucking that long.
I had long legs.
I've got a question from Justin.
Oh, here we go.
I have to ask you about the turn-ups. What's the story?
Oh, fucking hell, man. Right, so we got this game, Animal Crossing, right? Because my youngest was like, oh, I want that Animal Crossing game because she got a Nintendo Switch. So I go to it, set it up, sit and playing it, and I was like, yeah, this is actually a cool wee game. I was like, so I found myself playing it Mel and her. I mean, I'm like fucking making my island for her and all that. Like, just making excuses like, I'm just building this for you, right? I need to get this many trees and that many trees, know what I mean? So I'm just sitting there, like, fucking loving it, know what I mean? And what it is in Animal Crossing, basically turn-ups are like currency, right? So there's a certain day of the week, this wee person comes to your island and they'll give you a price for turn-ups. Right. So during the week, you're meant to like kind of gather turn-ups together, right? So like everybody always posting like forms and all that, right? Oh, my turn-ups are this price and my turn-ups are that price. So usually if you get turn-ups at like over 100 quid, basically every country's like, I want to come to your island and sell all my turnips, know what I mean? That's like top dollar. Right, so okay. I think it was like 105 or something was that day. So I'm like, oh, you're fucking dancer, right? So I've sold all my turnips. And I just to be nice, right, I posted up on this Twitter page, was that my turnips are 105. Anybody wants access, just use this code, right? So I put my hang up. That's what everybody used to do. So I'm like, oh, fucking, like, the thing was getting half rapid, like, this person wants to come, that person wants to come, right? So I'm sitting pressing the button the whole time. But I didn't know they could come to your island and steal all your shit as well, and then leave. I honestly, they just go and they sell the turnips and then they go away. And I'm running about, man, all these wee people chopping my trees down, stealing my fruits, fucking stealing all my wee ornaments. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? But you can't do anything. Like, you can't obviously hit them or hurt them because it's obviously a kid's game, you know what I mean? And they're just all running about, and I'm typing in the chat. They're on the way, but I'm trying to type as fast as fuck. Like, get to fuck, no, fuck off. So I didn't know, right? I didn't know at the time. But on the Twitter, like, there's this Spanish woman and all that. They posted up a fucking screenshot laughing and all that. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting off my nut. I'm tweeting her back like a fucking cow and all that, like, get off my nut. And I didn't know if you just disconnect from the internet. Obviously, they all go after the island. Aye, so I'm like, fuck. So I've disconnected, but by the time I've done that, man, the
Man
island was
sucked.
like, it's like a fucking tsunami hit it, man, honestly. It's just gone.
The
All my
bogus,
keys were
the
gone,
bogus
all my
gas
fruits.
man's came into your gaff, man.
Messaging 9-year-olds, get the fuck off my
You wee
island."
fucking shite.
Mate, I swear, mate, oh, so many DMs and everything just laughing. And pure sending me screenshots about they stole and all that. I'm like, what? I'm like, a fucking kids game, Animal Crossing, and it's one of the most toxic communities ever. I was like, I feel fucking violated, man. And it's that. I'd said to Justin in that, right, about it, and the next day I woke up, mate, they'd sat up all fucking night, him, Cruiser, Batch, you know what, fucking photoshopping a picture. I don't know if he still got it, man, I'll try and get him to send it, but they photoshopped a picture and it's just me sitting there like a wee old woman, and there's like hundreds of wee animals wearing fucking balaclavas and all that, Stephen Turnups, that. I'm like, fuck. I just woke up and was like, what the fuck is this? Like, all this chat, man, laughing in this picture. I'm like, what the fuck has been happening? I mean, they're sitting up all night taking the piss out of us. I was like, yeah, dick.
So we came to the best part of the show. The best part of the show is obviously Ryan's quick fire questions. So just answer them as quick as possible if you can.
Cool.
Right, mate. So the first one is, if Danny and Wally were hanging off a cliff, who would you save?
Ah, sorry, Danny, mate, but I'm going to need to say my boy Wally, man. Know what I mean? He's
right.
I need to say Wally, mate. Now
He's going to be more pissed off because that was his question.
What's that? Oh no, mate! Oh no! Wally gets all the pussy, mate. I'm not going to lie, man. I'm telling you.
Right. Next one again. We're sticking with the theme. So toilet paper, over or under?
Over, definitely over.
Over. Not bad, not bad. If you were stranded on a desert island with someone with a scorer, who would it be and why?
Oh, see, I'm going to say, I don't know if she's still in server. I'm going to say Tina, man. Because you get some chat off her, I mean, she was always a good chat.
Somebody else said that, didn't they?
Bravo.
Was it Bravo?
Yeah. Tina, man. She was brilliant.
If you could add one rule into scorer, what would it be and why?
That every time somebody called Harry a ginger cunt, they need to pay me 10k. I'd be the richest man in the server.
Last one, right? We asked Chrissy and just did this, so I'll keep this one in and ask you. If you could have one superpower for a day, what would it be and why?
One superpower for a day, I would have the power of mind control. And I just stand outside ATMs and just make everybody give me 300 quid. I just sit there all day, man, just 300 quid. I mean, I'd walk in the bank as well.
I've just robbed the whole of Glasgow.
I mean, you don't go for one day. Now I get a map out fucking right up there now.
They couldn't even report me or fuck all.
Exactly.
Please tell me just like, as my own sherbet.
Well, mate, that's me. Thanks for answering them. Brilliant.
No worries, man.
Magic, man. So we've only got one more thing to ask you, and that's you to plug all your socials.
My TikTok is TontoMVP. Same with my Twitter, that's TontoMVP as well. My Instagram's TontoMVP. The only one that's different is my YouTube, that's pure Tonto Gamer. And that's because I couldn't get it changed. That was my original name for I went TontoMVP.
Oh, nice one, man.
Smashing,
Well, thank you very much for coming on today, man. It's been a good laugh.
Any worries,
apart from that flag in the background, it's been brilliant.
I can start ringing with that, mate. Don't worry about that. Oh, mate, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate.
No worries, mate. Yeah, she's after.
So, guys, that's all we have time for today. Thank you very much for watching. Next week's guest is going to be the man himself, Mango, Enlisted Mango. It's going to be good, man. It's going to be good. Find out about dev stuff and for the class, man. So thank you very much for watching. And as always, I'm Ross.
I'm Ryan.
And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.